Attention passionate Washington Commanders fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC East and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Washington Commanders' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Washington Commanders fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with YOUR, FRINDS, and Washington Commanders FANS. Let's get to the news now. Folks, sit tight because what we're about to discuss could be one of the most game-changing rumors in the NFC East this offseason. It involves none other than Dexter Lawrence, the dominant defensive tackle from the New York Giants, and the possibility that he could find himself wearing burgundy and gold sooner rather than later. Yeah, I know it sounds like a blockbuster, but the whispers are getting louder. And if you know anything about the Commanders' defense, you know they've been searching for that disruptive presence up front. Lawrence might just be that missing piece to elevate this entire unit. Let's start by breaking down the context. The Giants, sitting at a 2-11 record, are in a serious rebuild mode. They've got about $60 million in cap space, and with their offense struggling to put points on the board, averaging just 21. 5 points per game and allowing 367 points so far, they're in a tough spot. Their defense, which was once a strength, has been bleeding yards and points, giving up an average of 28. 2 points per game. That's not sustainable, especially when your offense can't keep pace. So naturally, rumors have been swirling about their willingness to make some bold moves, especially with a player like Dexter Lawrence, who's been a cornerstone for them on defense. Lawrence, just entering his 7th NFL season, was drafted in the first round back in 2019. Over his career, he's established himself as one of the most disruptive interior linemen in the league. With 105 games played, 181 solo tackles, 153 assists, and an impressive 5 sacks, he's a force to be reckoned with. Plus, he's got an interception to his name, along with 3 Pro Bowls under his belt. His 2025 season, where he played 13 games with 10 solo tackles, 14 assists, and a total of 24 tackles, was solid, earning him an overall PFF grade of 89.2, which puts him among the top interior defenders league-wide. Now, why would the Giants consider trading away a player of Lawrence's caliber? Well, it's simple: rebuilding. They're eyeing the future, and with a cap space of $60 million, they're trying to reshape their roster. The current offense, as mentioned, is not cutting it, and their defense, while talented, is bleeding points and yards. Reports indicate that the Giants are prioritizing their rebuild and might see a trade for Lawrence, especially if they can get a first-round pick in 2026 as part of the deal. That's a huge return, considering Lawrence's age, talent, and impact on the field. And here's where things get really interesting for the Commanders. Adding Dexter Lawrence would be like putting a seismic shock right in the middle of their defensive line. Washington's front has been inconsistent at best, especially in run defense. They've been giving up too many lanes for opponents, and that's been a major reason why teams have been able to move the chains so easily. But bringing in a player like Lawrence would immediately upgrade that interior, giving them a true anchor who can collapse the pocket, stuff the run, and create chaos for quarterbacks. Think about the synergy this could generate with Jonathan Allen and Montez Sweat. But specifically with Darren Payne, who's been a key player for the Commanders. Payne, who racked up 74 tackles in 2025, would have a much easier time disrupting plays when Lawrence is commanding double teams or drawing extra attention. The potential increase in pressure rates and double-team wins could be significant, and that's exactly what this defense needs to take the next step. We know that Washington's defense has flashed moments of brilliance, but consistency has been elusive. Adding Lawrence could be the catalyst for a dominant front that leaves offenses guessing. Now let's talk about the impact on the team's overall performance and playoff odds. Currently, the Commanders sit at 3-9, and their interior line has been a weak spot, allowing opposing runners to find gaps and quarterbacks to step up comfortably. If Lawrence joins the mix, the projections show a potential plus 15% boost in run defense, which would be huge. That means fewer first downs allowed and more opportunities for the offense to control the clock and stay in games. It's not just about stopping the run. Lawrence's presence also translates to more pressure on the quarterback, which could reduce opposing team scoring and in turn lower the opponent's points per game from around 26. 9 to closer to 23. That's a massive step forward. Looking at the odds, it's interesting to see how much this could move the needle in terms of Super Bowl contention. As of now, the Commanders are huge underdogs, sitting at plus 100 to win the Super Bowl. But with such a disruptive addition as Lawrence, those odds could plummet dramatically, perhaps to +8, 0, or even lower if he proves to be the missing piece. And in the playoffs? Well, that could make all the difference in tight games, especially against teams with strong rushing attacks or dynamic quarterbacks who excel in escaping pressure. And it's not just about the immediate impact. The ripple effects are huge. A trade for Lawrence sends a message to the entire NFC East that Washington is not messing around. It's a statement of intent, a move that signals they're serious about competing now and building a powerhouse defense. For the Giants, it's another chapter in their rebuild saga, uncertain of how far they can go this season with their current squad and cap space. But for the Commanders, it's a chance to cement themselves as serious contenders, especially if they can bolster their defensive line with a player of Lawrence's caliber. Now, I know what some of you might be thinking. What about the cost? Well, reports suggest that the Giants are willing to part ways with a first-round pick in 2026 in exchange for Lawrence, which is a significant price, but one that could pay off dividends. For the Commanders, giving up that pick would be an investment in their defense, an upgrade that could last for years. Plus, with the current state of the team, it's clear they need to make bold moves if they want to reach the playoffs and make a real Super Bowl run in the coming seasons. This entire situation echoes a lot of the great trades we've seen in NFL history. Players who were considered franchise cornerstones moving to teams that knew how to maximize their talents. Lawrence has the potential to be a game wrecker, a player who shifts the entire dynamic of a defense overnight. And for Washington fans, that's the kind of move that gets everyone excited, dreaming about a dominant front seven, a defense that strikes fear into every opponent. In conclusion, this rumor about Dexter Lawrence possibly donning the burgundy and gold is shaping up to be one of the most talked-about topics of this offseason. It's a bold, strategic move that could elevate the Commanders into real Super Bowl contenders, especially if they manage to add him without sacrificing too much. The NFC East is already one of the most competitive divisions, with teams like the Eagles and Cowboys always lurking, but a move like this could swing the balance of power decisively in Washington's favor. The next few weeks are going to be critical. Watch closely because this could be the start of a new chapter for the Commanders, one where they finally get the defensive superstar they've been searching for. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YOUTUBE algorithm to keep recommending the latest Washington Commanders news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. And now, Washington Commanders fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this potential move? Do you think Dexter Lawrence is the perfect fit to anchor our defense and take us to the next level? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion means everything to us and to the team. Remember, I'll be back soon with more updates and insights, so stay tuned for the latest Washington Commanders news. Let's keep the passion alive and keep pushing forward. This division is ours for the taking if we make the right moves. Thanks for sticking with me, and as always, stay loud, stay proud, and let's go Commanders.